In this video, I want to talk about the benefits of having a photography project when you travel. Travel's a great time to indulge in photography as you often have more time, you're more relaxed, and you see things with fresh eyes. It's a great time to practice your craft without the distraction of work and the usual demands on your time. You can still take your standard record travel shots, but having a project to pursue just gives you that extra focus. The theme can be as simple as early morning landscapes or just street photography. Whatever you find visually interesting. Ideas for themes or projects may also come up while you travel. For example, in my early trips to Italy in the winter, I found the streets of the small towns and villages fascinating, especially on a Sunday when people would catch up with neighbours and friends on the main street, which was often closed off to traffic. This led to a series of black and white street scenes. These were often taken with a long lens looking down a street to give a bit of depth to the images. I used these photographs in an exhibition, created a book for my own records, and presented a slideshow set to music. Another travel project was of wall textures. So much history is visible on the walls. I still occasionally photograph this theme when I travel, though it's one of those projects where I'm not really sure if the images are strong enough to form a really cohesive collection. And that's all right. I think you need to give yourself room to play with ideas and themes that may not go anywhere. However, for some projects, having something tangible to aim for at the end can help propel things along. For example, one year my wife and I produced a small booklet of portraits called Portraits of a Village. This was always my end goal from initial planning. We had been to this small village, Montecarotto, in the Marche region many times and had made friends there. It was a good opportunity to try my hand at environmental portraits and interview a few of the locals. Another year in the same village, I photographed a folk music festival, Pasquella di Natale. This gave me the idea to challenge myself to make a video of the same festival the following year. I wasn't that confident shooting video at the time, but it really pushed me to learn some new things, and I'm pretty happy with the result I came up with. I'll leave a link to the video in the description. I also shot stills while I was shooting video and recording sound, and it really helped me understand the unique challenges of trying to shoot both stills and video at the same time when you're a one-man band. The wall textures theme I mentioned earlier has led to a project shooting high contrast street scenes. I really like the shapes created by light and shadow on city buildings. And for me, street photography helps me slow down as well, because what I find works best is if I find a nice composition, then I wait for something to happen or someone to walk into the scene to add a little bit of drama. What Henri Cartier-Bresson called the decisive moment. And this high contrast street scene photography is something I'm really keen to continue on the next trip, because I'll be spending a bit of time in Rome, which is such a frenetic, busy city. There'll be lots of opportunities for this sort of photography. And speaking of busy tourist areas, if you are a photographer and away from home, I recommend the early morning as the best time for street photography. So most tourists don't get going till well after breakfast, so the people you encounter on the street are more likely to be locals. And of course, you're likely to catch nice light around sunrise. Another great time for creating street scenes is just before or after a rainstorm. There are often fewer people on the streets. The light on pavements can be really interesting, reflecting off the wet pavements. And the people around are usually more concentrating on keeping dry and not worried about a roaming photographer. So here are my main thoughts on the benefits of having a photography project while traveling. A theme or project makes you more observant because you start observing things more closely and noticing the details and looking for opportunities. Secondly, A theme or project may emerge while you're traveling, so be open to opportunities. Number 3, have fun with it. It's okay just to play with your camera and see where the projects go. And you are practicing your camera and composition skills at the same time. And number 4, having an end goal such as a book, a series of social media posts, a video or a collection, an exhibition, can help you keep the project moving along. So that's all for this week. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.